Justin Bieber reveals suffering an emotional breakdown. Justin Bieber has come out to reveal that he suffered a little bit of an emotional breakdown after he got married to Hailey Bieber, realizing that marriage wasn't going to fix all of his problems. The Grammy Award-winning singer made this known as he opened up about his struggle during a recent interview on Apple Music's The Ebro Show. He said, and I quote, "I remember when I first got married, I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was going to fix all of my problems, and it didn't. It just kind of was a reflection of like, man, you are a bit of a hypocrite." It continued, "You want your wife to do something that you're not doing, and it's like it's hard sometimes to look in the mirror and really have to realize, man, maybe you are not the person that you necessarily thought that you were, and that's just a result of trauma and life circumstances." Justin Bieber also noted that his faith journey and personal relationship with Jesus allowed him to not be so hard on himself, concluding that once he realized that God is compassionate and loving, it changed everything for him. This is, however, not the first time the Canadian singer will be speaking about his marriage. He had previously opened up about his mental health and marriage, detailing how the two can impact each other during an interview with GQ last April. Justin Bieber noted how relationships aren't always easy, as he was dealing with a lot of trauma during the start of his marriage. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber tied the knot twice after rekindling their romance in 2018, first at a courthouse in New York City in 2018, followed by a second ceremony with friends and family present in South Carolina in 2019. Now, almost 4 years into their marriage, both Justin and Hailey have publicly reflected on the challenges they face as newlyweds, most recently overcoming Hailey's health scare.
I
know Honeypot has a lot to say about this marriage.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I've always known that something is not just right somewhere. What it is, I've not been able to put my finger on it. But I know that once they got married, Justin Bieber just changed. Yes, he said he gave his life to Christ. And I know that when you give your life to Christ, you're not supposed to be, I don't know, it wasn't the Justin Bieber we used to know.
Hey,
you know, his looks, I tell you, the mood, everything just changed.
I was even thinking you
but
come
that's
from
because
the
of
Selena
him.
Gomez.
So yes,
that's because of him.
I'm already sounding like a broken record when it comes to Selena Gomez, because I think that I'm sorry, especially when people are married, you have to respect them. But are people married to people that they're not even meant to be together?
So whose fault is that? I think that Justin Bieber has always had a lot of issues, right? Even before he got married, being a child star and having to deal with that level of fame. And then, of course, his interaction with his church, and then his newfound belief in Christ and all of that. I think that he felt marrying Hailey Bieber would just make his life, will make his life, you know, because at the end of the day, it just shows that human beings think that there's a pattern to life, you know, be successful, then married and have a kid. Okay, then my life kind of makes sense. Then getting married and it's like, my life is still not making as much sense as I want it to. And that all that is still on him. I wouldn't blame that on Hailey Bieber. If, talking about him picking her as a choice of wife, I don't really know why, because it was really a shock to the whole world. Like Hailey Baldwin,
there was Selena Gomez there.
It was
two different people, but they know why they liked each other. And I think it's very honest of him to actually come out and say that this is what I felt, or however we're dealing. I think that maybe this was a beginning of sometimes people say that the first 2 years of marriage or the first year of marriage is rough. Maybe that's
all of this, maybe they can feel better, right?
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. You mentioned something, and I truly agree. So people think that marriage is a type of some sort of, you know, achievement, you know, that once you get into it, your life, you know, miraculously just gets, you know, changes and all that. But
Africans always say that.
So I'm not saying that.
Don't marry. I am
arranged.
So I'm not saying that it will not arrange. Number one, the person that you have chosen, but now it does not, as she said, it is not on that person. It is on you. Have you been able to love yourself? Have you discovered yourself? Have you known yourself before getting into that thing? And don't think that one miracle is just going to happen.
Maybe Hailey was submissive.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I have to say.
I'm not just a fan.
I just feel you're not just a fan of the marriage, because there was a snatch somewhere. I just feel that these child stars,
they always have problems.
They are robbed of their childhood. You're not permitted to do what children do. So it's going to be there, standing out, something
Michael
missing
Jackson
every now and
complained
then.
that, Michael Jackson complained, and we can see how, if it's not Selena Gomez that is complaining, it's Smiley Cyrus, that one. Yeah. Okay.
Another story for another day.
Another story for another day, indeed.
All right. Wow. I don't know whether you are stressed as me with all of this gist that we have gisted today.